whippersnapper from wrong side of train tracks. Always wanna be where they entertain that. And it's plain fact, man, he can sing Jack. Don't know how much more clearer, but I can explain that. See them saying that, Sparky the main Mac. The Lord strike me down right where I staying at. He ain't worried about how much is chain cast, how much is rain flash, that's why his name packs. Stadiums, some of colleagues complain rap. For being watered down, but not where I staying at. Just that pine sap, lyrical 9 packs, dime sacks, spun up and swung around like 9 shacks. Dixon Ghost Town, over the lanes down. Smoking mad pit from west side of Dingtown. This Janus, some marijuana strain this. Got me too messed up to go what a magnus.
Church. Okay, so you see we got the full head of steam right now. We're gonna give you guys Alkaline coconut curry acorn squash. And I'm gonna run through the ingredients right now. Now, this isn't my original recipe. I have an original recipe, which I showed you guys a little bit on Dr. Sebi's birthday, but I've had time to think about it and I'm remixing it. You know what I mean? Hip hop herbalist style. So we're gonna run through everything. Where should we start? Okay, let's start with let's start with the acorn squash. Okay, so we got the acorn squash, right? I'll bless it, and these are a little bit small for me, but I got 2 of them, so that's enough. So we got the acorns, squash. We only got 1 key lime left, so we're gonna use a seedless lime. And I mean, you guys have seen me use seedless limes before. You've heard me speak on their uselessness. I mean, they're all right. We're gonna use it for flavor. That's gonna do all the work, right? We got the coconut flakes, organic, or at least nothing else in there. Unsweetened, I guess they would call it. We're gonna add to this formula some hemp seed, and we got the dates, right? Now, we're gonna give you guys a little treat. We got some jewel dates. These are the pitted dates. We got the pitted dates, and these are both fine on your alkaline. Everything here is fine. You know what I mean? The only thing that's a little bit questionable is this lime. Okay, everything else super important. The lime is important too, but remember the seed program, right? So we got the coconut sugar. We got cayenne pepper 300,000 IU. We've also got the 150,000 IU, right? So might as well go on. We got the thyme. Thyme isn't in my original recipe, but we're gonna add it because we're working on mucus, right? It's boogeyman season, it's flu season, it's winter cold season out here, so we want to dispel a lot of mucus. We got sage. Sage really isn't called for, I don't think, in my original recipe. But I made this like 4 years ago, so maybe I had sage in there at one point. We got the basil leaves, definitely in there. We got cilantro, because we're taking out heavy metal detox, right? So we need the cilantro. And we got our oregano, definitely imperative. We got the black kale. Got our peppers. Now, you only need 1 onion. Doesn't matter what kind it is. I got, I'm gonna use 1 onion, but I'm gonna use half white, half red. Okay. We got the chickpeas, obviously. We got some, these are what they were looking like, and then I had to soak them. Then they turned into that when they blown out, right? They had the organic ones at the supermarket or whatever I got them at, and I didn't go for the organic ones because these, I asked them if they're wild crafted. They were like, we don't know what wild crafted is, so whatever, right? But I just got the normal ones because chickpea, aka garbanzo bean, are already alkaline. We also got the split chickpeas that we're gonna just add into there. Oh shoot, almost forgot to start a few. What's wrong with Sparky, dog? Yeah, where are you? Where are you? Anyways, I can't find it right now, but I'm putting it in. I'm gonna find it. It's quinoa, so just act like quinoa's here. Hi, everybody. We're gonna deal with sea moss in this one now. Sea moss is definitely, it's a little bit seaweedy taste, a lot of seaweed taste, but we're gonna still add it to this, and we're gonna mask it, right? See how they mask all the starch and high fructose corn syrup they put in your stuff? We're gonna mask the sea moss, and we're gonna show you that. So we got the ginger too. I mean, ginger doesn't really need to be in there, but we're putting that in. And this time we got the medicinal grade onion powder. Last time I made it with store-bought, shelf-bought stuff. We're not doing that today. We got the cherry toms. Cherry toms don't go in there. We're gonna add a few cherry toms just for some sweetness. And the olive oil doesn't really go in there because it's coconut oil that you're gonna want to use, right? Nonetheless, we're gonna deal with this olive oil in we're gonna substitute the coconut oil because this stuff is sick, right? And we're gonna mask that because it's not coconut oil, right? I got some coconut oil up there too. We'll put some of that in too. Of course, water, nothing but the Beska, so we go with Eska. We got the, sea salt. What did I miss? I think I got it all. Yeah, okay, so there's your ingredients. I'll show you, I'll show you the recipe as far as measurements, but I don't ever adhere to the measurements. I just taste and do what I gotta do and make it turn out bomb, right? So that's the ingredients, and stay tuned, we're going in. So I'm gonna grab the quinoa, I'm gonna find it, it's up in the cupboard here somewhere, and that and the coconut oil is pretty much all we are missing from this picture right here. Infinite blessings and thoughts on your lessons. Church. Okay, so we're ready to give you guys some coconut curry acorn squash. We've washed these, so that's why they're a little bit thing. And we're just gonna go through some of the ingredients that we forgot last time. So remember I couldn't find my quinoa. Now I found my quinoa, right? So you guys should be adding quinoa to almost everything, right? What else did we forget? Oh yeah, it was pictured, but I forgot to mention the agave. And there was one more thing that I forgot, but we're gonna deal with that. You're gonna take to work, and you're going to cut off the stem, right? Now, these knives I got, they're not mine. Yeah, see? So I knew they wouldn't be up to snuff, but we're gonna go through it right now. No, they're not bad. So you cut that off, okay? You can cut the other end off too. There you go. Bam, bam. All right. Now, you want to take the rivets, cut it in half first if you want. Okay. Cut it in half. Right? C program. Okay. Always work with the rivets with this. And you just scoop out the seeds. Keep the seeds. These are alkaline seeds, man. This ain't like pumpkin. Pumpkin ain't alkaline, and the seeds aren't even close to as nice as acorn squash, all right? So back, or any squash for that matter. Take Take your knife, start cutting in the rivets. We're gonna stand up. Start cutting the rivets. Start cutting the rivets. Cut the rivets. Bang, right? Okay. Board sliding in there. So now you just want to chop it in little pieces, right? And the smaller you chop these, the better they'll cook. You can have big dicey pieces, but not about that life, you know? Nice and small. Now, you can remove the skin too, but I wouldn't, because the skin is so blessed and full of magnesium, iron. What else is in the skin of acorn squash? Manganese, which is great for arthritis and bones, muscles, or bone support, sorry. Osteoporosis is great for. So if you have osteoporosis, you don't want to be cutting the skin off your acorn squash, right? Okay. Let's put the seeds somewhere there. Put the seeds right there. Okay. So Always taste your food. Leave a couple dicey big ones, right? I don't like to though, so it won't cook properly. Eat by properly, I mean evenly. Bottom. Okay, you guys get it, right? So we're gonna start chopping this one and this one like that. All right. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, I got everything chopped up. Acorn squash is dealt with, you know. Got also, catching line. So we got the kale right there, you know, we're dealt with. That's gonna be for later. I mean, this recipe really doesn't call for peppers, like really, Sparky. Coconut curry, acorn squash, peppers. I know, I'm getting extra. You know what I mean? You guys know me, I'm extra, right? So, it also doesn't call for time. And you guys know me, I got time. So, like, yo, there's no way I'm making something without time. We're in the days and times of the boogeyman, so we want to, remember, remove mucus from your lungs, from your whole body, but your thyroid, you know what I mean? And the best thing to do that is time. It has 3 times more vitamin C than an orange. They don't tell you that. Shh. So that's why we got the time in there, you know what I mean? People will say, oh, well, that's not really real curry ting. Well, who's to say what real curry ting is? You guys aren't even eating real food. You're eating McDonald's and stuff like this. So why are you going to tell me, you know what I mean, what's popping, right? Of course, we got the seeds. You guys already went through everything. So this is Sparky, and we're going to start cooking. Church. Okay, so we got the pan hot. Got the avocado oil in there, right? So the first thing you want to do is something that I forgot. No worries, everybody. You want to put in first the onions, okay? The onions in. We're going to roast some onions. Now, use 1 onion. I used half white, half Spanish red, right? And then you put in the chickpeas. Okay? Now, that's about a cup to a cup and a half of chickpeas. You want to add a little bit of spices here. Now, it's going to be 2 tablespoons of the following: thyme, sage, basil, oregano, and cilantro. But you don't want to put all the 2 tablespoons in. Just give it a little bit here for this, right? That's the thyme. This is cilantro. Cilantro, very good for removing heavy metals out the blood. Now, this is the herb, obviously. You guys have heard of cilantro. Well, it's still a herb, but, you know, this is cut and sifted and dried. You've heard of cilantro leaf and stalk. This is more of the leaf. Okay. You get your, now you're cooking this on high to medium, between high and medium, depending on your stove. Throwing that sage there, right? Sage, you got the oregano. Let that do its thing, you know? Sparky fucking shit up in the kitchen, you guys already know. Okay, so you want
What? Sounds good to start.
my cameraman. I amaze people. You're just waiting on that to brown, basically, right? Now, the cayenne, guys. You guys already know about my 300,000 IU cayenne. It's well hot. So, most people where they would say they want a tablespoon of the cayenne, you really don't want that. And even in this is just this ain't done yet. So you just put a little sprinkle on that. That's probably way too much for normal people who aren't like from the Caribbean, to tell you the truth. It's 300,000 to 450, depending on, which part of the pepper was in there. IU. International Scoville units, right? So you're doing that. Got that in there. And you see it start to brown, and you start smelling that onion getting nice, It's getting nice, it's getting there. Then you want to add in, you know what? Let's give it a little dash. By the way, it's 3 tablespoons of agave are going to be in the end of this, but we're just going to give it some agave at different times, right? And we'll also, now, curry doesn't call really for the dates, but I like this date sugar, and I like all of the benefits you get from the date. So we're going to throw in a half a medjool date. That's medjool, that's pitted. We can let that date do its thing too. And now, when it gets pretty nice up, we'll throw in that. Acorn squash, right? Now you got the acorn squash in there, right? Now you down set with your herbs again, right? At this point, I could add a little bit of the salt, but I don't add all the salt because I like to add the salt to the finished product, because the salt dehydrates it, no matter if it's sea salt or not, Salt does its thing, and it's just naturally something that's just gonna dry it out. And we don't want, even though we're gonna have lots of liquid in here in a minute, we don't want the salt to dry it out. So now you see that those are on the bottom are nice and thin. You want most of the acorn squash to go to the bottom. Right? And you want more of the chickpea and stuff on top. Now you may not get that. It's okay. You'll be alright. Look at that big piece. Always try your food, ladies and gentlemen. See, I can see the flavor profile now. So, now you guys are saying, okay, well, what about where's the curry? Okay, so, where's the curry? You know what we got. That's coconut milk, right? But first, yeah, it's about, it's almost 2 cups, probably 2 cups, but I may not use 2 cups right now, because I want some alkaline water in mine too. I already used alkaline water for this coconut milk, but it's, yeah, that's a cup. So that's a cup. A little more, yeah, I might as well just use 2 cups. Or a cup and a half. Whatever it is, However much milk I got, that's what I'm using, So there you go. I'm going to cut that up to... Now, you got the medjool date in there just marinating, right? Just dig that down in there. Make sure you get all this with that. Now, I probably already used my 2 tablespoon denomination, but this is Uncle Sparky's cooking, and he's got herbs. He just showed you all the herbs, so you know what? I'm gonna spice it up a little more, just a little more. You want that? No? Some of that. CHRCH. Okay, so we added, a little bit of herbs and put the milk in. Now, we brought it to a boil, right? So we're just going to cut that down. Just a touch, right? We're going to get our pot lid. We got one. Uncle Sparky doesn't check on all that. See? Uncle Sparky, oh. No. Somebody's lacking, you know? Oh, that's good enough. Oh, there's the one that's probably for it back there, but you know what? Where's the this? Actually, this is probably for it. So, you got a thing. Now, it should cook about an hour because, you want it to simmer. You want that acorn squash to just get proper, You want that color to come in. And actually, you want the color to not come in because we didn't put enough cayenne. So we're going to, for the color effect, we'll probably burn our asses. Just put some more cayenne. Right? And we're going to let that simmer for about, well, like I said, it'll cook about an hour, but we're going to check it out in another 20 minutes, all right? So, thank you guys, and I'll be back. CHRCH. Okay, so we let it cook for about 23, 24 minutes. As you can see, it's reduced. That squash feels like it's kind of a little bit past. Just cut that down a bit. Now, what we do for the last thing is we add more agave syrup because you want this nice and that date's been in there too. Now you want to add just because you see how it's a little bit too creamy and you want that real curry feel to it, you're going to add the coconut flour. Now remember, if you're getting coconut flour, you want your coconut flour to be straight coconut flour because they love to hide starch in this. And as this alkaline diet, that is your complete op. That's the worst thing you could ever add is starch. That's carbonic acid, as you know. So we're going to add about, they call for, I believe, I call for, because the first time I made it, I called for, I think it was 1/3 of a cup, but right now I've remixed this, so. You get to do it the Uncle Sparky way. The Uncle Sparky way is you don't listen to the rules. You go by your insight. So you put that in, and we're gonna let it do its thing for another 5 minutes covered. And while we do that, we're going to add in a little bit of the peppers. Again, this isn't really a curry thing, but I want some of that antioxidant of the peppers. And we're also going to add in you guys already know what I'm going to add in. You guys put it in the comments. What am I going to add in? You already know. Well, this is me cheating though, because remember it's the shitty lime. But we're gonna add a little lime. You put the lime in the coconut, right? Just to give it that alkalinity. And the last thing we're gonna add, because we got it and it was a gift, there's a little bit of this hand pressed extra virgin, straight from Italy, walked to me, olive oil. Oh my goodness. Every time I taste that olive oil, it makes me it's like straight vitamins. Minerals, sorry, but you know what I mean. Vitamins, because we make our own vitamins. It's not that we don't like vitamins as Sebians. We just don't take the vitamins out of the man-made store, right? We make them with our minerals. That is straight making vitamins. Now, the last thing, because it's at the end, now I add my salt. You guys can add the salt in the beginning, but I don't like it getting too salty, and I don't like the salt dehydrating anything in there. Oh, by the way, sorry. We're also going to add the kale. And when we add the kale, that get in with the flavor, right? I think we need a little more milk. Let's put a little less coconut milk. Add your coconut sugar. 2 tablespoons, right? Okay. Now, you're all good and ready. Oh, look at that. When you see it like that, it's not orange on the middle. That acorn squash looks like a pineapple. That's when you know it's pretty much ready. So we're just gonna let this marinate with that sugar. Give it like a second, you know? Okay, she done. So, to top it off, some coconut flakes, some, where are you? Some hemp hearts, okay? Churching in the 80s. This is all just for alkaline effect. Remember? Sparky with everything. Quinoa. Little more lemon. That's not enough. Especially that crappy lemon. And last but not least, what do you guys think? You already know. You're going to add a little bit of the most alkaline thing you can ever get. That's sea moss. Now, do not add sea moss anytime before the end because you don't want that seaweed skunk through it, right? You shouldn't even add that. I'm just adding that for performance. That's not even for taste. And that, my friends, is alkaline coconut curry acorn squash. CHRCH. And there you have it. Coconut curry, acorn squash. CHRCH.